Hello and welcome to the Calia University Introduction to Hypnosis. In part 1 of this course, we'll start your journey to a certificate in hypnosis with a brief intro to what hypnosis actually is. I'm Calia, your headmistress, and I'll be guiding you through 4 classes, each one giving you a more thorough understanding of just what it is to experience hypnosis. If you're ready, let's begin with lesson 1. So what exactly is hypnosis? You may find yourself asking that question when you engage with hypnotic content or see mind control in media. You might think I'll go into the history of hypnosis and talk about Franz Mesmer or James Braid or Erickson, but honestly, that's really boring. No, I'll just talk about what hypnosis is, and the answer is a little different to what many people expect. You see, you may feel sleepy under hypnosis when you drift into a hypnotic trance. You may feel relaxed, warm, and comfortable. You may notice your eyes starting to get heavier, your eyelids fluttering as if they want to close. You may even find your breathing slowing to a smooth, even rhythm. And you may think that what I just described is basically falling asleep. And that is true. Yet hypnosis is not sleep, nor is it mind control. In fact, if you imagine now for me the moment in a movie where an evil supervillain uses their powers to turn their hero into their slave, taking control of their mind, seeing that villain perhaps with a hypnotic device, a spiral, a pocket watch, they're so easily and effortlessly able to control the mind of the hero. The hero finds themselves being turned into a puppet, completely controlled. The hero is under the power of the villain now, and will do whatever the villain commands. Anything they say, whatever they want. They reply, "Yes, master," because they are under control, and they can't resist. They want it. It feels so good. But hypnosis is not mind control either. So what is hypnosis? I'm glad you asked. You see, hypnosis is a state of focus on a specific stimulus. That can be the voice of the hypnotist. It could be a pocket watch. It could be their hands on their eyes. It could be the feeling of them gently touching your leg or shoulder. Whatever the stimulus, hypnosis is a state of focus upon it, to the exclusion of other things. It's a state where the rest of the world stops mattering, and you can focus exclusively on one thing that hypnotist wants you to. And right now, I want you to focus on me, because you want to do well in this class after all. There is an assignment, you know. So you think about moments of focus, moments when you have a singular stimulus that has your attention, and you zone out from everything else. Highway hypnosis, for example, so focused on driving that you forget anything else. There is only you and the road, and soon that's not there either. You feel almost as if you wake up at home. That's hypnosis, focused on driving so you forget everything else, so focused that your mind can wander. Perhaps you daydreamed all the way home. Thought about something you want as your body went through its motions. Daydreaming, reading, even watching a movie can be a trance, an everyday trance state, because you go into trance all the time. You just don't usually have someone guiding you. And that's what hypnosis is, the act of guiding the mind into that state of trance. But how does the hypnotist get you there? Well, they start by finding ways to grab your attention. That could be with you looking at a pocket watch or letting them guide your breathing. Eyes shut, in and out slowly, focusing on the sensation of your chest rising and falling. Or they could just tell you a story of a time someone they worked with became hypnotized. Maybe they had a client, someone who needed help, come to them. The client was told by the hypnotist to shut their eyes and relax, to listen carefully to the words of the hypnotist, to focus on the tone and tenor of their voice, the timbre of it. And the subject, this client, followed along, At first, they thought they were just playing along with the whole thing, but as they listened carefully and followed the hypnotist's instructions, they found their mind able to focus wholly on the hypnotist. They became entranced. They simply let the words pull them down into that state where only the hypnotist's words mattered anymore. The office, the chair, their problems stopped mattering. They simply focused. And once in that state, the hypnotist had them so relaxed, so open to their words that the critical mind could be bypassed. The part of the brain that questions and worries and wonders what is and is not real, that stopped paying attention. That part was occupied with breathing slowly and carefully. The mind focused so hard on one thing that the hypnotist expertly slipped past a critical factor and was able to impact the thought process of the subject. And finally, they added suggestions, helpful suggestions, to be more open, to relax, to not worry. The subject, now deeply in trance, was able to absorb these suggestions without needing to question, without feeling the need to wonder why or if they wouldn't work, because they already had. The hypnotist used the hypnotic triangle. Starting with absorption, they had the subject deeply absorbed in what they were saying, deeply focused on them, or on an idea, an image, an object. Whatever the focus, it's simply a means to get the subject to tune out distractions and stay within the lines the hypnotist creates. Are you finding yourself very focused on me now, as you absorb this lesson? Perhaps you're already at the next point of the triangle now, dissociation. This is the ability to detach from your usual thought patterns. Maybe you're usually nervous or doubtful, a skeptic, but once you're focused on the specific thing that the hypnotist wants you to focus on, in this case my voice, you'll find you drop those normal patterns. You'll find that it's quite easy to think differently, to be guided to different ways of thinking, to imagine yourself with confidence or in a role you might normally be scared to occupy. And once you're focused and open to new thought patterns, well then you're suggestible. Your mind is open to guidance and ideas. More than just imagining yourself in a situation, you can take on suggestions or instructions, triggers and thoughts that can change behavior in the short term and long term with regular reinforcement. If you become absorbed and then you dissociate from regular thinking, then you can begin to accept suggestions. Suggestions that can help you or weave magic upon your mind. And you can't get stuck in hypnosis. You'll always return to the real world. You're not unconscious or asleep, just focused. It will wane and it works a little different for everyone. Some inductions may not suit you, some voices may not appeal to you. Pace and tone and words matter for the hypnotist. It's about trust and compatibility. Do you think you're finding your mind compatible with my voice? Let's do a quick exercise now to remind you what hypnosis is. You may feel a little relaxed at this point, and that's quite alright. Just repeat after me. Even the strongest mind can be hypnotized. Hypnosis can work on anyone. Hypnosis makes you open to suggestion. You can be hypnotized. You feel relaxed and calm. That's right, very good. And now let's just try a suggestibility test to see how hypnosis can work in practice to alter mindset and understanding. Take a deep breath now and put your hands together as if you're going to pray, palm to palm. And I want you to imagine with me now that between your hands is covered in super glue, that there is a layer of squishy, moist glue between your hands. It hasn't quite set yet, but it is hardening with every second. And you may find that your critical faculty is still there, telling you that this isn't happening. But a part of you is open to this idea, this suggestion, because a part of you has been able to dissociate not because you're hypnotized, I'm sure, but because you're so focused on this lesson. So feel that now. Feel the glue between your hands. Soft, squishy, wet. It's almost pulling your palms together, forcing them into this position. It's hard to imagine them coming apart now, your hands. Hard to imagine them any other way, because the glue is setting and it's quite powerful. Your mind is open to suggestion and your body responds to your mind. The brain is in control of the body, and when you let someone else into the brain, it's only logical you can accept their suggestion, that it becomes real. And now your hands are glued together, tightly glued. Try to pull them apart. It's hard. You can feel them moving apart, of course, but if there was even a sliver of a moment where you felt that it took more effort than usual, well, you were in a trance. Perhaps a light one. But you see, just telling you to think of your hands took your focus. Your focus allowed you to dissociate, and then the suggestion was able to have an effect. Even if it was a tiny one, it's the start, the beginning. And now you can relax, you can blink your eyes and let go of that feeling and just smile. Because you've come to the end of the first part of this 4-part course. Well done. You're well on your way to understanding hypnosis perfectly. Now, your assignment for this part of the course is simple. Write a short explanation of what hypnosis is based on what you learned today. Make sure you're very clear on the details. Go back and listen again if you have to. And when you're done, submit your assignment at the link in the description below. Complete all 4 and you'll receive a certificate from Calia University to show everyone what an expert in hypnosis you are. See you for lesson 2.